In 2017, the government of Grenada announced that Global Petroleum Group (GPG) began the exploration for oil and natural gases and resources in Grenada's waters. Political leader of the NDC, Nazimberg, says finding oil in Grenada's waters will mean a lot for the economic development of the nation. However, if oil is found, there are things which must be done to maximize Grenada's prospects in the oil industry.
It is extremely important for us to finalize our maritime boundaries. We see this as extremely important. As you know, the former government, the NDC government, back in 2010, 2008 to 2013, concluded and finalized the boundaries with Trinidad and Tobago. The boundaries with Venezuela remain outstanding, and I've said before, and I repeat here today, that to my mind, the single most important reason why I would support joining ALBA is because I believe that forming that kind of alliance and relationship with Venezuela will allow us then to negotiate on good terms with Venezuela to finalize those boundaries. If you have a piece of land and you start working it and you don't know where the boundary is, chances are somebody is going to come by and say, well, you're working my land, or you're planting things on my land, or before you know it, you're in a dogfight with somebody over your own crops and the boundaries.
He also says formalizing maritime relations with Venezuela is paramount.
It is extremely important for us to enter into deeper levels of cooperation with Trinidad and Tobago. We have entered an agreement with Trinidad, a cooperation agreement that was signed back in 2011, I think it was, that basically said, now that we've established the maritime boundaries, if it were to be found that there were any cases or any instances where resources, non-living marine resources, straddle the border of both sides, then we will enter into a joint exploitation agreement with Trinidad to explore and exploit whatever was there. That we saw as a tremendous opportunity, because what it will do is that it provides Grenada an entry point into the industry. Trinidad is one of the oldest oil-producing countries in the world, over 100 years, older than Mexico even. And so our engineers would learn, our chemists would learn, our geologists would learn, our people would learn what the oil industry is like.
Says the NDC, if elected to office, will examine Grenada's agreement with GPG.
The agreement that we know was signed back in 2008. That agreement, we don't know its status, we don't know its implementation. We've gotten little glimpses, little statements that are made by the Prime Minister here and there, but no one has ever seen or knows whether or not there's any new agreement or any amendments to that agreement. We don't know what the rights and obligations of Grenada are at the moment, or what the rights and obligations of the GPG are. We must establish that. And if it is that the agreement, that in our assessment the agreement is patently unfair or unbalanced, we would want to engage the GPG to see how we can negotiate a better deal with them.
Amandel Sampson, GBN News.